Hello friends, I am Dr. Suchita Vishwakarma, Assistant Professor, Department of Management, School of Management Sciences, Lucknow. Welcome you all to the series of lectures on supply chain and logistics management, and our topic of discussion today is IT infrastructure used for supply chain and CRM. And in the previous lecture we had discussed about few of the IT infrastructures that are used, and this is the second part of the that is the continuation of the same lecture series, in which we would discuss the other IT infrastructures that are used in supply chain and logistics management. So let's get started with it. In the previous class, we had already discussed about the EDI, MRP1, MRP2, ERP and SCM. So, let us get started with the other remaining software systems and network infrastructures. So, let us start with the transportation management system, which we also call as TMS. So, as the name itself says that transportation management system is basically one system, one IT enabled system, which basically helps in helps the companies in monitoring and controlling the complete transportation process. And over here, if you can see the diagram at the back, you can see that these are the various activities which are which gets included in the TMS, that is planning, freight management, execution and administration. So, organizations by adopting this TMS system is able to plan that what are the different kinds of routes, carriers and loads that they are required to do that they are required to use in the transportation system. They are also able to analyze and properly record and track the informations related to the transportation modes. They are also able to evaluate or check the performances of each of the modes and the optimize on how well each of the mode can perform. Freight management basically talks about transportation of goods. So, the TMS also helps in understanding the carrier rates, the contract management, how much the order has to be managed, how the order has to be managed, and whether what kind of transportation modes have to be adopted. That means how the multimodal or intermodal transportation would help the complete transportation process. It also helps in execution of the transportation system, that means the booking, tracking, real time visibility and communication with the various people who are responsible for transportation, and as well as the administration process also, which includes the billing, payment, settlement and auditing. So, let us understand it in more detail. So, transportation management system is basically a logistics platform that uses technology to help a business plan, execute and optimize the physical movement of goods, both incoming and outgoing, and making sure that the shipment is compliant and proper documentation is available at all time by all the partners. The transportation management systems are primarily used by businesses that need to ship and move and receive goods on a regular basis. So, this system is basically used by people like manufacturers, distributors, e-commerce companies, retail businesses and obviously the 3PL and the 4PL organizations. The benefits of transport management system is that it helps the companies reduce cost for the business and the end customers. The simplification of supply chain process across geographies, modes and carriers. TMS helps the companies to manage and control the transportation on a very big wider geographical areas, because probably for an individual it would not be so much easy and convenient to manage and control with the people or rather coordinate with the people in bigger geographies, but TMS helps to do so. TMS also helps in automation of business process for faster and accurate billing and documentation. So, basically TMS helps in transfer of documentations, all the road and other shipment documentations that are required on a real time basis, and helps in improvement of visibility and security also, because especially during transit. Helps in time saving also, because there would be no requirement of keeping or showing real physical papers or documents or getting it verified. Since it can be done automatically through the use of internet and through on a real time basis, so it becomes very easy for all to handle and manage. Ability to track freight both locally and globally on a single platform. TMS also helps in the process of import and export also, by helping the organizations adhere to the compliances and minimize the penalties and shipment delay, because everything becomes so much ready and the checklists are available. So, the companies can follow all the checklist without any dependency on any other third party. Then improvement in customer service and customer satisfaction with real time updates and fewer shipment delays. The company will be able to know that if in case any particular delay has happened in any particular mode of transportation, so what was the reason, and then we can provide an alternate shipment process or vehicle as and when required, and the ability to scale the business by meeting, exceeding customer demands. So, when the transportation is actually all kind of transportations needs are properly met and they are addressed and are monitored and handled properly. So, obviously the customer will be able to receive the products in on the desired time only, and that will obviously lead to more of customer delight. The next tool that we need to discuss over here, that is customer relationship management. So, customer relationship management, as we had already discussed, is basically a tool of marketing, and which is supported by a lot of information technology, which is supported by lots of softwares, and helps the organizations basically in analytical recording, tracking and business strategies. And the CRM tool basically helps the organizations also establish long lasting relationships with their companies and their customers also. So, it helps the organizations retain their existing customer and also attain their new customers by building up a very loyalty kind of relationship. This software ensures that at every step the interaction is on a smooth and continuous basis with the customers, which will obviously lead to the increased profit of the organization. This software also gathers lots of customer data from multiple channels, and thereby helps the organization to track the trends, the preferences of the customer, and how they shop and how they purchase the products, and what is their preferences. So, this is also helpful. Hence, CRM stores detailed information on the overall purchase history of the customer, their personal information, and even purchase behavior patterns. So, CRM basically has this particular tools aims at helping the companies with sales, marketing and service management, and this also helps the business to focus on company's relationship with customers, colleagues and suppliers. So, when the company is basically having a good relationship, they are able to mutually generate more of profit, and when they know that what is the trends that their suppliers have and what is the trend that their customers have, they will be able to leverage on both the aspects together. So, these are the various elements of CRM. As you can see, it includes sales automation, marketing automation, customer support, employee support, defect tracking, knowledge management, API and web services, CRM portal, order processing, and obviously we will be discussing all this in later classes, but for you to understand it right now, CRM is basically a tool in which all the touch points where the company is in touch with or in contact with the customers gets automated, or they are the company provides to establish points through which they are able to build a better relationship and have a better feedback from the customers. So, how CRM system works, let us understand this. So, CRM system is basically composed of three elements, that is CRM solutions, CRM software and CRM systems. So, CRM solutions basically allows the user to track customer and company's interaction through various available channels, and these channels include contact forms, emails, phone calls and more. So, basically this particular solution tries to understand that how the people will be communicating and contacting each other, and provides a forum of connect with all the people, that means the customers as well as the suppliers. The CRM software provides sales marketing team with set of tools to manage the entire sales and marketing funnel, from lead qualification to opportunity management, forecasting, deal closure, etc. It helps the customer services team to manage customers' request, automate service operations by following predefined process, and achieve the customer care excellence. While CRM systems are packed with tracking features that records numerous customer interaction online, automates routine process and provides the managers with tools that allows the tracking and measuring of companies' performance and productivity, helps perform pre-scheduled activities by sending emails. So, basically CRM software and CRM system, as you can see, are basically tools which are used by the organization to know about the preferences and patterns of the customer, and accordingly work accordingly. So, some CRMs are also offer analytical capabilities also. So, this is something that we will understand in the later classes also. So, the benefits of CRM includes that it helps the organization to consolidate all company data at one central place, because once the company has all the kind of data, be it be it for customers, be it for suppliers, and if they have at one point, they will be able to find and analyze some logical patterns, and will be able to take out this pattern into better decision making. Increase sales opportunity, obviously the company will be able to know that what is the kind of consumption that the customers have, and accordingly they will be able to increase their sales opportunity. Shift and maintain focus on customers. The obviously by adoption of CRM process only, it means that the company is customer centric more. And contact management, obviously the company will be able to have contacts at each touch points. Lead management, the company will be able to track their different prospects. They will be able to manage and handle lead and convert them into the satisfied customers as well. Delivery outstanding customer service, obviously if the CRM is there, the customer can contact the company anytime and will get solutions to whatever queries that they have. So, this is also one of the benefits of CRM. Plan and execute target marketing campaigns, the company will be better able to know the customers' preferences and accordingly have marketing campaigns accordingly. Automation is something which is also one of the aspects of CRM that helps in saving time and enhance productivity. Adaptability in growth and view the trends. These are also one of the few of the concepts which are the merits of CRM. So, the company gets overall advantage of increasing their profit and connecting well with the customers. Coming to the next series of next role of IT, that is internet based supply chain. There are various softwares which are available online for the companies, which includes SAP, Oracle, Epicor, GT Nexus, Info, Sage, Manhattan, Blue Yonder, OMP, Elementum. So, these are the base these are the few very common internet based software supply chain softwares which can be used by any company, and these all softwares provide different purposes. They have they provide solutions to different activities. So, organization according to their own preferences, according to their own activities that they are looking forward for, they can have they can use these softwares. So, let us understand few of them in more detail. So, SAP is one of the very common and very widely used software, and it basically offers an on-premise or cloud based solution with a focus of optimizing and organizing supply chain of large operations. By incorporating predictive analytics and AI, that means artificial intelligence, it enables effective planning strategies that increases the responsiveness of supply chain and enables proper demand management. Stakeholders can stay appraised by the progress of integrated communication and functionality. So, basically SAP is one of the tools where the company is able to leverage leverage on the concepts of analytics and artificial intelligence, and through the use of SAP the company will be able to understand that how the customers behave and accordingly have their planning strategies in response to the supply chain processes. Then the second widely used software is Oracle SCM, and this software brings a wide array of applications on the table, and this offers integration of various kinds of activities and integrated setups, and provides support in terms of procurement, logistics, life cycle management, etc. Now, coming to the next internet based software system, that is Epicor SCM, and this is basically a tool or a comprehensive suite also you can say, which provides a platform based on service oriented architecture, and helps the organizations in various capabilities like purchase, inventory, advanced material warehouse, order, demand warehouse, and source and procurement. So, EPICOR is basically towards the back end of supply chain and helps in various activities towards the back end of supply chain rather than front end. That means not it does not have any role into delivery process or the distribution process, but towards the procurement process. The next tool is the next software is InfoNexus. This is a single instance commerce network, connects business to suppliers and manufacturers, bank and 3PL for enhancing visibility. It helps in predictive intelligence and collaboration also. It offers key applications like global transportation, supply management, procure to pay, automation, supply chain finance and visibility. So, basically this is one software which helps the organization connect with the other organizations in terms of the 3PL organizations, the banks, which would help them provide the finances also. So, once the organization is getting connected with the 3PL and the banks, they will be able to understand that what is the working style of the organization and what is the performance at each level, and how these how the particular organization is handling and managing their products as well as the customers, and this will help in maintaining a complete transparency with the banks and the 3PL, which will ultimately help the company get ease in the visibility, increase the visibility as well as get help in ease of financing facility as well. Coming to the next software, that is Manhattan's software platform. This provides a suite of management tools that are designed for larger and more complex operations. So, this is basically used by those organizations which are present globally or in multi nations, and applications like warehouse, transportation management are included in this Manhattan software's platform. And this particular software helps in establishing and coordinating between the different warehouses and transportation systems, so that the company will be able to understand that how smoothly the freight management or inventory management is getting conducted. Coming to the next software, that is Blue Yonder. It is basically a digital fulfillment platform that empowers the company with predictive business planning and execution, and it is an autonomous business decision and reimagined customer experience. So, basically this Blue Yonder platform provides the companies with lots of solutions, and the company can choose up the solutions depending on their available resources. This particular platform also helps the company in giving suggestions related to manufacturing, retail planning, store operations, collaborative category management. So, basically it comes up with lots of alternatives that can be used by an organization depending on its own objective. Now, coming to the network infrastructure, as we had discussed in our previous class also, that when we are talking about IT infrastructure, we basically talks about two things, that is the system softwares and the network infrastructure. So, since we have already discussed in detail about the system softwares, so now let us also understand about the network infrastructure. So, network infrastructure basically includes wide area networks, and as we had discussed that networks infrastructures are basically the combination of physical and physical entities and the softwares that are used for by the organizations to connect with various people organizations in order to share the information, in order to be to work on a real time basis. So, we have two kind of network infrastructures, as you can see, that is the PSDN and VPN. So, PSDN is designed and developed specifically for data transmission rather than voice, and communication is shared, that is many companies share switching networks. Cost is not based on distance and time, but is based on the usage. So, as over here you can see that all the people can share it. That means it is not something which is personal or owned by the organization. It is made available to all the organizations, and the information can be shared on a public forum. So, and that is why there are certain challenges also with the PSN, that the data confidentiality and secrecy is not very high, and that leads to to adoption of the next network infrastructure, that is VPN. So, VPN is basically an encrypted connection over internet from a device to a network. It helps ensure the sensitive data to be transferred in very safe manner. It prevents unauthorized people from the eavesdropping of the traffic and allows the user to conduct remotes safely. So, that means if I am a company and I want to share certain information to my supplier, and obviously I would not look forward for that the information that I want to share with my information with my supplier should go to the competitor or anyone else. So, in that case probably I should be using VPN because the data sharing is completely encrypted. So, when the companies basically use the combination of PSDN and VPN depending on the kind of information that they want to share. So, basically network infrastructure basically includes the ordinary telephone lines and the telephone modems, point to point lease lines, public switch data networks as we had discussed, such as ATMs, frame relays, etc., and virtual private networks, that is VPN technologies as well. The other kind of IT network that the companies use are basically internet, intranet and extranet facilities also. So, let us understand it in more detail. And intranet is a private computer network that uses internet protocol technologies to secure, share any part of organization's information or operation system within that organization. That means intranet is basically a system of network that provides connectivity between all the people who are within a same organization, and this particular sharing of information is done through internet protocol technologies. Then coming to the extranet is basically a private network again that uses internet protocol network connectivity, but this in extranet service the connectivity can be extended to someone outside the organization also. That means, if the company wants to extend this connectivity with their suppliers, with their defined suppliers, or let us say distributor or someone else, and then they can obviously extend it. So, extranet can be understood as an extension of intranet, and obviously is cannot be used for as a public forum, but is limited to few people only. While internet is a global system of interconnected computer networks that used a standard internet protocol system, that is TCP/IP, and to serve billions of users worldwide. That means, any kind of information that is made available on internet can be seen, viewed by all the people and is made public. So, however, data encryptions are available in internet, but cannot be put in all the cases. So, this makes it very public, and so confidentiality and secrecy of data is quite limited in case of internet protocols. Now, coming to the next is e-commerce. E-commerce is basically a channel through is basically electronic commerce channel where the companies are communicating and connecting with each other for the business purposes through the electronic mode. And basically in this e-commerce channel, the companies can connect with the other organizations, and when they connect with the other organizations, it is called B2B, that is business to business, and when the companies connect with the customers, then it is called B2C or business to customers. So, electronic commerce refers to a wide range of tools and techniques utilized to conduct business in paperless environment. Electronic commerce therefore includes electronic data interchange through emails, electronic fund transfers, electronic publishing, image processing, electronic bulletin board, shared database, magnetic optical data capture and all. So, as you can see that there are a lot of people, lot of things who are connecting together, and the purpose is obviously for the trade purpose, that means the commercial purpose. So, over here let us take a case study of Walmart, and why Walmart, because Walmart is one of the organizations which has from its initial days only has regularly adopted lots of technologies and has consistently showed the entire world that how using of technology can prove to be very beneficial for not only for the company, but also be very can create a lot of satisfaction to the customer also. So, let us understand few of the practices which have been adopted by Walmart. Walmart is basically an American multinational retail corporation that runs chains of large departmental stores and warehouse stores across the world. And this was first established in 1962 by in USA. And Walmart is also known for its innovative business practices. As I discussed earlier, it has been regularly adopting lots of practices. So, let us see in more detail. So, successful due to IT usage in the SCM. So, Walmart adopted this concept of EDI for procurement that saved time and made procurement very efficient. Then the second thing which was adopted by Walmart was use of barcode scanners and analysis, and they used to analyze it on a daily, weekly and monthly the monthly sales through the bar scanners, and which helped the store manager determine what product were selling and at what quantities. So, he was able to understand, the managers were able to understand the consumption pattern and the preferred products also. In 1977, Walmart set up a computer terminal network to establish communication links between stores and the company headquarters. So, that helps them communicate with the headquarters on a real time basis and share the information of the demand and supply accordingly. Then it had set up real time business operations also, which help the organization, I mean the retail store as well as the suppliers, to get connected with each other and replenish and refill the inventories as and when required on a real time basis again. So, in 1978 Walmart set up its first fully automated distribution center, and this distribution center did not have any human being who was there to support. So, there was a provision that the customer would come in, would would select the products that they want, do the billing by themselves through the help of various automated platforms, and would go out by taking their purchases. So, there was it was a completely automated system, I mean a center. The information of product, manufacturer, price was all recorded in the computer system. So, there was no requirement of any human being. That not only reduce the cost, but also help the company increase the efficiency and the speed of working as well. Then the cost of sales worked out to be 2 to 3% low in comparison to the industry average because of this automation of the processes. Using voice based technology helped Walmart replenish its store, and it became very easy for Walmart to replenish its 1525 stores in US within 24 hours. So, that was a drastic and a very great achievement by Walmart, where they were able to get over 1500 stores I mean replenished within 24 hours. Then placing of GPS also helped them track their trucks and transportation. They also they did not adopted the technologies by themselves only, they also encouraged the suppliers also to adopt the technologies in the form of WAN and EDI, and they encouraged their suppliers also to place RFID tags on goods and products, which help them do the things in a more efficient manner. So, for detailed understanding, you can go to these further references and have a better understanding. Thank you.